Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kimberly with Universal Plan Administrators here in Lewiston, Idaho. And we are the third party administrator for Gem State's flexible spending account and HRA benefit that's offered to all the employees at Gem State. It's a wonderful benefit that they're offering. They pay me to administer the plan, and we are going to begin an open enrollment meeting for the 2021 plan year. Some new items that I want to mention that occurred in 2020. COVID caused a lot of disruption to businesses, services, and people being able to get the medical care that they wanted or needed. So some of the things is over-the-counter drugs and medicines are now eligible with the flexible spending account. As of January 1st, 2020, menstrual care products are also eligible. And, there were some other changes that were made that don't really apply to any of your plans, but really cause some extra work for those of us that do the type of work that I do. But open enrollment is your chance to make changes to your insurance benefits and your pre-tax plans for 2021. There's a lot of resources available to help determine your FSA contribution amount, what you want to contribute for the next year. Worksheets are available. I have a calculator where I can determine maybe how much taxes you will save so that you can get an idea if you want to go through trying out the plan. Everyone should have received a folder, and in those folders include status letters about current balances. If you do participate in the flexible spending account, that information is on the left side of the folder. There's a status letter in there. There's claim forms in there so that you can get claims to me, and information on how to contact us. If you don't have a status letter, you're either not participating or maybe you don't have any money left, would be my guess. So the flexible spending account allows you to set up to $2,750 aside pre-tax, or $105.77 per pay period. That is the annual election divided into 26 pay periods. So any amount that you elect, if you elected 2,600, it would be $100 per pay period. Your check will not drop by $100 because this is pre-tax. So you won't pay the government any taxes, and then you will have that money available to pay your portion of the deductible, any co-pays, dental expenses, vision expenses, things like that. You do want to plan carefully. Changes aren't allowed unless it's a qualifying event. If you decide, oh, I just can't afford to have that taken out of my check, sorry, that's not a qualifying event. So if you have any questions, please call me. I'm happy to help answer any questions you may have that may have been preventing you from participating in this plan. Keep in mind it's pre-funded, which means your entire election is available on the first day of the plan year. But it's only for expenses incurred during the plan year. So if you've got some big bills right now and you're thinking, I'll join that plan in 21 and I'll pay those bills, that's not how the plan works. This would be for planned or unplanned medical procedures in 2021. If you know you're going to have your knee replaced or your child needs braces, that's pretty easy. Just decide how much you need for the year, divide that by 26, and that's what will be taken out of your paycheck. If you are currently participating, you do have status letters, like I said before. The important dates to remember is that the plan year ends December 31st, 2020. That means you have to have incurred the expense by that date, submitted your claims to me within 90 days or March 31st of 2021. If you don't use all the money in your FSA, up to $550, that is also new this year. The government increased it by $50. So up to 550 in the FSA can be carried over into the next plan year after that 90-day run out period is over. So around April 1st of next year is when the carryover would be processed. And it's available for your use during the entire. Another benefit offered pre-tax is the Dependent Care Assistance Program. This is for children 12 years and younger in order for parents to be at work, after school care. Also, elder care is available if your parents live with you and you need care for them while you're working. They must be your tax dependents as well. Up to $5,000 a year can be set aside, and $2,500 if you're married, filing a separate return. These expenses are not pre-funded like the FSA medical. You can I can only reimburse up to the amount you've contributed. So if you are electing $400 a month, I cannot reimburse more than $400 a month. So just keep that in mind. But, plan carefully, because it's also use it or lose it. If you don't use the funds, you'll lose whatever's left over. But you can make changes if you plan carefully and report those changes timely. If there's a loss of job or your daycare rates change, that's all a reason that you can make changes to this plan. The Medical Expense Reimbursement Plan, or the MERP, is an HRA offered by Gem State, and it reimburses the group insurance deductible expenses. So that is all that's reimbursed through this MERP, Medical Expense Reimbursement Plan. I included a little picture of the brochure. Everyone should have the brochure in their folders that I sent, and it just explains a little bit about the plan. Um, it will reimburse 70% of your deductible expenses after you've met a 750 deductible. So what that means is that you need to make sure and send in those explanation of benefits to Kimberly so that she can pay the claims for you. The claim is paid directly to the provider, but only 70%. So the employee is responsible for 30%, and you will receive an explanation of benefits from Universal Plan explaining how the claim was processed and what amount you owe. This plan also ends 12/31 with a 90-day run-out period to get any of your claims in to me. So, explanation of benefits, that's what's most important. Here's a copy of the MERP FSA expense voucher. That's what's needed when you want to send in any claim for reimbursement. If you send this to me with your attached documentation, that's what I need. An HRA claim requires also, I'd really like to see a statement or an invoice from your provider that has the account number listed and the billing address listed. That way, when the check is sent to the provider, it hopefully gets processed correctly the first time. As I said before, you'll get an EOB from Universal Plan advising how I paid your claim and what portion is yours to pay. Remember, it is your responsibility to pay those amounts that aren't paid by the HRA. If you are also participating in the flexible spending account, any unreimbursed claims, your part of the 750 deductible or your 30% portion will transfer over to the FSA, and I will reimburse you directly for those FSA funds. And then you would, of course, need to pay your provider. So we have a website that's been created specifically for your group's plan. It has all the available balances, claim information for both benefits if you're participating in both. You have 24-hour access to this website 7 days a week. I am more than happy to answer any questions you may have by email or phone. But if you want to reach and get an answer right away, this is a great website. You can also do online claims entry. There's information about the claims that have been paid. There's an FSA store that's available, which is a great information source for eligible pre-tax items that you can use your FSA money. Like I said before, over-the-counter medicines are now available. You can go right on to that FSA store, purchase what you want, and that stuff will be sent directly to your home. Important things to remember is that I need you to get your claims turned in for 2020 if you still have balances available. If you haven't incurred any claims yet, you need to get to the doctor, get those glasses purchased, go see your dentist, do all those things by December 31st, especially if you have more than 550 left in your FSA. Up to 550 will transfer over to next year, like I said before. You want to make those elections for 2021 during your open enrollment period. This is your chance to make those elections. And even if you only did 550 a year, that's only 21.15 per pay period. Like I said before, you won't see your paycheck drop by that amount because it's pre-tax. If you don't use any of it, 550 will roll over and be available in 2022. Your employer is offering a very trying to help with the cost of health care and offering valuable benefits to you guys, and they pay me to administer it. So I really recommend take advantage of these plans that your employer is offering. And if you have any questions, if you aren't sure if something is eligible, please call me. You'd be probably amazed at the things I have learned that are eligible that I never would have thought. But you can call me at the 800 number listed, 1-800-222-0901. You can email me at the address listed. We also have a website available, and the myrsc.com website is available. So again, look through your packets. There's lots of important information in there that hopefully you'll find useful and beneficial. Get the forms turned back into HR, and I hope that everyone has a safe and healthy, happy 2021. Thank you. Thank you so much for your business and for your time today.